Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. After R-Truth returned following being let go from the company, there is talk of Triple H possibly sabotaging him. A veteran has now addressed this. Vince Russo was on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Legion of Raw, where he spoke with Dr. Chris Featherstone about how R-Truth was let go and then brought back by WWE following the backlash against the decision. He was asked whether he felt that, since the decision to bring Truth back was not Triple H's own, there was a chance that the game would sabotage him. He replied that this could be the case, and that if it had not been the CCO's decision, there was a big chance that it would happen. He added that he had seen the same happen millions of times before. While the question of sabotage remains uncertain for now, the star has returned and cut off his hair, giving himself a new look. What's next for him remains to be seen, but he has now wholeheartedly embraced his new persona of Ron Killings. In his free time, Ann Urban is an avid reader and spends hours lost in books. Ann Urban has worked in the field of wrestling and mixed martial arts journalism for several years. In addition to his work on Sportskeeda, Ann Urban is a fiction writer and has co-written over 20 biographies. He was also a columnist for 90 Minutes. In the intricate, larger-than-life world of professional wrestling, where reality and fiction blur, motivations often lie buried beneath the surface. Every promo, every swerve, every betrayal, scripted or not, echoes with deeper meaning. Among the countless rivalries and uneasy alliances that populate WWE's landscape, few stories have the potential for drama, betrayal, and poignancy like the hypothetical sabotage of R-Truth by none other than Triple H. Why would the game, the cerebral assassin himself, turn against a beloved veteran like R-Truth? The answer may lie in the simple yet profound notion. Triple H feels overshadowed, not by fame or skill, but by a veteran's enduring connection to the fans. R-Truth, real name Ron Killings, is one of WWE's most resilient performers. While many of his peers have faded into part-time appearances, R-Truth remains a constant, bringing energy, humor, and spontaneity to every show. Despite being 50-plus, Truth's presence continues to electrify. He isn't the main eventer, nor is he booked like a future Hall of Famer in the traditional sense. Yet fans love him, from his ridiculous but endearing 24/7 title chases to his impromptu dance breaks. He has built something rare, an emotional, long-lasting connection with the audience. Triple H, on the other hand, is a figure of dominance, a multi-time world champion, a founding member of D-Generation X, and the mastermind behind the black and gold NXT era. Triple H has built an empire around power, control, and perception. He is the game, the one who played it better than anyone else. But what happens when the game changes? When legacy isn't defined by titles or influence, but by heart? Imagine the scenario. Triple H, now a key figure behind WWE's creative direction, is watching the crowd erupt as R-Truth dances through the curtain. It's supposed to be filler, comedy. Yet week after week, R-Truth's segments outperform main event storylines in online engagement and live reactions. For someone like Triple H, who carefully crafted every chapter of his career, from his ruthless rise in the late 90s to his executive transition, this organic love for truth might stir something deeper. A pang of insecurity, perhaps, or worse, resentment. After all, Triple H had to manipulate narratives to stay relevant. R-Truth? He just walks out and the crowd sings along. What if Triple H, caught between the shadows of his past glory and the pressures of directing WWE's future, sees Truth as a threat, not to his power, but to his legacy? That's where sabotage creeps in. The sabotage wouldn't be overt. Triple H is too smart, too political, to attack a veteran like R-Truth outright. It would begin subtly. Segments cut from shows, matches shortened or replaced, comedy angles turned sour. Maybe Truth begins to mess up on live TV more often, except it's really someone feeding him bad information backstage. A missed cue here, a botched finish there. Fans might not notice at first, but R-Truth would. And then, the killer move. WWE's brass announces that Truth is being moved to a Legends Ambassador role, effectively ending his in-ring career. On the surface, it's an honor, but for Truth, who still feels the beat in his heart, it's exile dressed in gold. Who would pull those strings? The same man who orchestrated the Authority's reign, who ended careers with a hammer and a smirk, Triple H. There's a darker reason behind this sabotage. Triple H sees in R-Truth what he could never be: spontaneous, loved, unburdened by legacy. Truth doesn't have to remind people of his accomplishments. They simply feel him. And that feeling, that intangible bond, is something no number of world titles can manufacture. Triple H, despite his many achievements, often battled a perception problem. He was seen as the boss's favorite, the politician, the guy who married into power. Even when he put on five-star classics, critics called them self-indulgent. R-Truth, meanwhile, could lose 50 matches in a row and still get a standing ovation. This contrast eats at the game. The King of Kings was supposed to be the eternal symbol of WWE's might, but perhaps, in the hearts of fans, R-Truth, the dancing, rapping, lovable underdog, is the true constant. But R-Truth isn't blind. He may play the fool, but his instincts are sharp. He begins to notice the pattern. He hears the locker room whispers. He watches as his TV time shrinks, even as fans chant his name. And then it clicks. Someone up high wants him gone. Instead of retreating, he turns up the volume. He leans hard into the comedy, the absurdity, the chaos. Every time they try to silence him, he shouts louder, dances longer. He starts crashing other wrestlers' promos, improvising raps about creative decisions, even dropping veiled references to suits who fear the truth. And Triple H? Boiling. The more he tries to erase R-Truth, the brighter he shines. The final straw comes at a major PLE, premium live event. Triple H appears in a segment, announcing a new era of wrestling focused on serious, title-worthy competitors. As he speaks, R-Truth's music hits. The crowd explodes. Truth walks out with a mic and says, "You can have your eras, your titles, your suits, and your thrones. But the people? They chose me a long time ago, and they ain't ever stopped." The crowd erupts. It's unscripted, raw, and viral before the show even ends. In this story of sabotage, the cerebral assassin meets his match, not in the ring, but in relevance. Triple H may pull strings behind the curtain, but Truth pulls heartstrings. The game can script a kingdom, but he cannot manufacture soul. And in the end, perhaps that's the real truth behind the sabotage. It wasn't about control or even jealousy. It was about legacy. Because Triple H knows that when the lights go out and the music fades, it won't be the titles or the pedigrees that live on. It'll be the moments, the laughter, the love. And R-Truth somehow has all of it.